What is Doctype and why it is important to declare? To understand the answer of this question, first we need to know about the history of the declaration of Doctype. So the history is like that during the formative year of HTML, web standards were not agreed between different browsers vendor. They were building new features without taking care of competitive browser. The result was that web developers had to choose a browser to develop their sites for. This meant that a website developed considering a browser would not render well on other browsers, and the situation was going worse day by day. Then W3C jumps into the field and wrote a set of web standards to handle the situation, and all the browser vendors had to follow it. That's how we'll ensure that the websites will render well across browsers. But the changes required by standards were quite different from some existing practices. Adhering to them would break existing non-standard websites. To handle this problem, vendors began programming rendering methods into their browsers. Web developers would need to add a doctype declaration to the top of the HTML document. The document will tell the browser which rendering method to use. There are three rendering modes available across the browsers. One, full standards mode, second, quirk mode, and the third, almost standard mode. In full standard modes, pages were rendered according to the W3C web standards. In quirk mode, the page was rendered in a non-standard way. Almost standard mode, the pages were close to standard mode, but featured support for a small number of quirks. In the modern age of HTML5, web standards are fully implemented in all major browsers. Because of this, HTML5 doctype declaration only exists to tell the browser to render the doctype in full standards mode. So after knowing the history, we can conclude that doctype is nothing but an instruction to apply a mode to a document that helps the browser to render all old compatible websites beautifully. Besides that, you should not be confused between tag and doctype. Doctype is a declaration, not an HTML tag. Let me show you some example related to browser mode. In this first tab, you can see that I have written a basic HTML template. On the top of the code, I have declared the HTML5 doctype. Inside the head tag, I have used the style tag and have written the same class name in two ways, one in uppercase and one in lowercase. And inside the body to the article, I have set the class name as article in small case. So let me run the code and let's see what happened in the browser. So right click, open in browser. Let me open the inspect mode and inspect the article. So right now you can see that the article have the article class that is in the small case and have applied the small cased class name properties to it. It have ignored the capital cased class name. Why? Because to the document we have already have declared that the document have to run on the full standard mode, because on the top we have declared the HTML5 doctype. So now it is following the W3C standards, and as per the W3 standards, class names are case sensitive. So here the browser treating the both as the two different class name. So the browser had applied the properties of the class name that exactly match with the given class to the article. And now on the second tab, you can see that here inside the head, I have only written a single class that is in the capital and have given the background color of #cc. And to the article I have applied the class name, but now it is written in lowercase. So let me run it on the browser and let's see what is happening. Now inside the inspector, you can see that to the article I have applied the small cased article, but if you check the code, then inside the style tag I have written the class name in the uppercase. Inside the console, you can see a warning that this page is in quarks mode. And so why it is happening? Because on the top you can see that here we have not specified any kind of doctypes, or have not specified any kind of doctype. The browser is learning in the quirk mode that it is not following any kind of standard that has been set by W3C. It is going to render its own way. As it is not following the W3 standards, it is not able to distinguish between based on the cases. As well as in the quad mode, the browser always tries to render the web pages in the best way so that the pages does not break. Hope I was able to explain you the differences between the standard and quad mode. Hope you really like the video. If you really like the video, don't forget to like, share and comment. If you have faced any kind of tricky question that you have failed to answer it, please comment down in the comment section. I will try to explain in my next video. Thank you. Thank you for watching.